The ocean covers over 70% of our planet's surface, and yet we have explored less than 5% of it. Beneath its waves, there are still countless mysteries that defy explanation. From massive sea creatures lurking in the deep to unexplained structures on the ocean floor, get ready to dive into the unknown, the unexpected, and the unexplained. It's the stuff of sailors' nightmares and sea legends. A creature so massive that it could take on a sperm whale in the crushing depths of the Southern Ocean. The colossal squid is a deep-sea behemoth that remains one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. Discovered in the 1920s, very few have ever been seen by human eyes. Growing up to 46 feet in length and weighing over half a ton, the colossal squid is far heavier and more elusive than its cousin, the giant squid. Unlike its relative, the colossal squid has rotating hooks on its tentacles and is believed to be a slow-moving ambush predator. But despite its size, we know very little about its life cycle, mating habits, or population numbers. How many of these monsters are out there, and what role do they play in the deep-sea ecosystem? Researchers have only ever encountered a handful of specimens, and almost all have been dead or dying. The few that have been collected have usually been found in the stomachs of sperm whales, their natural predator. With eyes the size of dinner plates, believed to be the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, the colossal squid is perfectly adapted to the pitch-black environment of the abyss. But why do they grow so large? What compels them to live in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean? Until scientists can study a live specimen in its natural habitat, the true nature of the colossal squid will remain one of the most baffling ocean mysteries. In the turquoise waters off the coast of Bimini in the Bahamas lies a formation that has puzzled scientists and adventurers alike for decades. A series of large, flat, rectangular stones laid out in a road-like pattern, seemingly too regular to be a natural formation. Dubbed the Bimini Road, it stretches for about half a mile beneath the sea. First discovered by American diver Joseph Manson Valentine in 1968, the structure has sparked theories ranging from natural geological formation to the remains of the lost city of Atlantis. What makes Bimini Road so mysterious is the precision of its construction. The stones appear to be purposefully cut and arranged in two straight lines, suggesting they may be part of an ancient breakwater, dock, or even a city street. Some have even suggested that it was built by an advanced prehistoric civilization, now long forgotten and submerged by the ocean. Geologists have argued that the formation is the result of natural geological processes, like the erosion of beach rock and coral reefs. Yet the alignment of the stones is so precise and orderly that many continue to question if they could have been placed there naturally. Further complicating matters, carbon dating tests conducted on nearby artifacts have provided conflicting dates, ranging from several hundred to several thousand years old. So what is the Bimini Road? Is it an extraordinary example of natural rock formation, or could it be evidence of an ancient lost civilization? Until more definitive evidence emerges, this underwater mystery remains unsolved. Imagine a creature that has been silently swimming the icy depths of the North Atlantic for over 400 years. A creature older than the United States, Benjamin Franklin, and possibly even William Shakespeare. Meet the Greenland shark, the oldest living vertebrates on Earth. These elusive sharks, which can grow up to 21 feet in length, have captured the imagination of marine biologists for decades. But it wasn't until 2016 that scientists discovered just how old they could be, potentially over 500 years. The oldest Greenland shark ever sampled, which was also the largest, had lived for 392 plus or minus 120 years, meaning it was born sometime between 1504 and 1744. The secret to their longevity remains one of the most intriguing mysteries of marine biology. How do these sharks survive for centuries in near freezing temperatures, with such slow growth rates that they only reach sexual maturity around 150 years of age? Even more baffling is how little we know about their lifestyle and habits. Greenland sharks are believed to feed on fish, squid, and even seals, but their sluggish movement suggests they might be scavengers rather than active hunters. What's more, they have been found as deep as 7,200 feet below the surface, where the pressures are immense and light is non-existent. What drives them to such depths? How do they navigate and hunt in these extreme conditions? Their slow metabolism and unique adaptations to the cold may hold clues to extending human lifespan. But until more is known, the Greenland shark remains a fascinating enigma lurking in the deep. On December 4th, 1872, a British-American ship named the Mary Celeste was found drifting in the Atlantic Ocean, completely abandoned. The ship was in good condition, with its cargo of 1,700 barrels of alcohol largely intact. There was no sign of struggle, and personal belongings of the crew, including valuables, were untouched. The lifeboat was missing, but the ship's log was found, with the last entry dated 10 days before its discovery. So what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste? Theories abound, from pirate attacks and mutiny to sudden underwater earthquakes or waterspouts, but none have satisfactorily explained the mystery. Some suggest that fumes from the alcohol cargo caused a small explosion, terrifying the crew into abandoning the ship. But if that was the case, why did they never return? Others speculate about paranormal activity, suggesting ghostly or extraterrestrial interference. The story of the Mary Celeste has even been linked to the infamous Bermuda Triangle, despite it being found far from that region. The lack of any conclusive evidence has turned the Mary Celeste into one of the most famous and enduring mysteries of the sea. We've all heard of the Twilight Zone as a popular TV show, but the real Twilight Zone exists deep within our oceans. Known scientifically as the Mesopelagic Zone, this layer of the ocean extends from about 200 to 1,000 meters below the surface and is one of the least explored and most mysterious places on Earth. Unlike the dark abyssal depths, the Twilight Zone is a dimly lit area where sunlight barely penetrates. It's home to a vast array of bizarre and otherworldly creatures, from bioluminescent jellyfish and hatchetfish to giant siphonophores that stretch for over 100 feet. This layer of the ocean is also where the largest migration on Earth occurs every night, as countless marine animals travel from the deep to the surface in search of food and then return to the depths by daybreak. Despite its importance in the ocean's ecosystem, the Twilight Zone is still largely a mystery to scientists. Recent studies suggest it could hold as much as 90% of the ocean's fish biomass, yet we know almost nothing about how these species survive or interact. There's evidence that some creatures in the Twilight Zone may play a vital role in regulating Earth's carbon cycle by transporting carbon from the surface to the deep ocean. But how they do this and the extent of their impact is still unknown. Even more puzzling is how these creatures navigate and communicate in such a dim environment. The Twilight Zone is believed to be a vital part of the ocean's food web and climate regulation, yet we've barely scratched the surface of understanding its complexities. It's a hidden frontier right here on our planet, waiting to be explored. The ocean remains one of the most mysterious places on our planet. From the colossal creatures lurking in its depths, to ancient ruins and ghostly ships, there is still so much we have yet to uncover. So what do you think? Are we close to solving any of these mysteries, or will they remain unsolved for years to come? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do consider subscribing to the channel, it really does help us out a lot. But as always, thank you for watching, stay curious, and we'll see you on the next one.